Hi, everybody. I'm Evelyn Rysdike,
And I'm Allie Knowlton.
and this is the second of our 3 emails about releasing the blocks that interfere with you thriving as a sensitive person. And our first one, the last email, was about relieving yourself of being a lone wolf. And that was about protection. And you can go back to that email and look at the video if you need reminding about having support from the spirits that know you and love you. It may be a teacher or a guide that you met along the way. It may be a power animal, which is what we typically use. But to have a collaborator in the spirit world that provides that um, cushion between you and the rest of the world. So the good stuff still gets in, but the negative stuff doesn't. And we labeled that the P of your PhD in being able to thrive as a sensitive. Today, we're going to be adding the H for healing and dealing with a burdened spirit. So many times in our early days on the planet when we were little, we may have been expressing our gifts in ways that the adults were either frightened of, which is typical, or it made them angry. And it's a situation where you then take that in, particularly if it happened when you were quite small, as there's something wrong with you instead of that you have these enhancements that the others around you don't have. And having those kind of woundings really can hold you back. It can cause depression, anxiety. It can cause damage to the immune system, low energy, feelings of being unworthy somehow, or sometimes even trigger addictions that you just want to numb out and not feel those things that you experienced and the perceptions that you garnered about yourself from those experiences. So working to emerge from that burden that you carry from the way you were perceived is really critical to being able to express what are really gifts. They are enhancements. And I'm going to ask Allie to share a story around self-acceptance as part of her journey in dealing with her past and healing her past of not being fully received for who she is. So Allie, would you mind sharing that?
No, I can laugh at it now, but not at the time. So I was used to being feeling very different from the time I was very young. And that persisted with me for years and years and years and held me back in many ways. And one day I was with a friend at a mega institute in New York. We were at a conference with Sister Leone, who is now a Lama,
A Buddhist
a
Lama.
Buddhist Lama. And we were sitting under a tree and people walking by. And my friend said to me, you know, I know you do these things that not everybody does. He said, I think I know that you talk to people who have died. And I said, yes, I've been doing that. And she said, I really want to I have a message from my mother who died when she was very, very young.
I think she was 4.
That's correct. And so we're sitting under the tree and I said, of course. So immediately connected in with her mother and to get whatever message came through that was that I knew was the right message for her. I could feel it from my own body, that it was the right message, and always use my own body to validate this is the right thing at the right time. And so when our little session was complete, because we had to go to a conference meeting session, my friend looked at me and she said, why don't you just accept the fact that you're weird? And of course I cried because I had been defending all my life that I was different, that I perceived things differently than other people, that I felt things differently than other people. And I was like, as the biblical thing, hiding my light under a bushel. And I realized that from that moment on, I really couldn't do that any longer. I really had to move from a reluctance to own my gifts, to accept them as part of my own healing and as part of helping to heal the planet as well.
But you also, I remember you going over some of those woundings that you received for the insights and things that you had that the adults around you didn't have. And in healing them, you really blossomed even more into those gifts. If anything, they've gotten more keen.
Absolutely. And all of them, the healings have happened primarily through shamanic journey process of meetings with my own spirit teachers and guides that know who I am, that provide the unconditional love and support and safety so that I could look at whatever my body was saying, it's time for this for healing. And that has progressed to a feeling of being far more free to be who I am, to why I'm here, to express why I'm here, to feel more comfortable in my own body, to feel more joy.
Well, I think it also is what makes you so good a support for other people who have run into similar
Yeah.
things, because you've lived it, and you know that when you move through it on the other side, you're a way happier person.
Well, that's why I want to do this course, because I want to share what I've learned, both in terms of support and my own healing and the possibilities for everyone to have the healings and support that they not only deserve, not the right thing, why they came at this time on the planet.
To live fully who they are.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a heck of a good segue for the fact that there is a button on this email that can take you to the course page. So you can take a look through the course page and see if Beyond Ordinary is something that you'd like to join. And until we come and see you again with email 3 in this series, take care.